Christine, you know, this warmer weather brought a lot of people to Central Park today, but not everyone was sitting on the benches or taking a walk through, taking in the sights and sounds. Some people were actually out on the semi-frozen pond out here. The Parks Department says they've actually received an increase in calls about people on the frozen pond here because of the warmer weather over these past few days. I myself was walking through the park this morning and saw about 10 or 11 people out on the thin ice. What started off as 2 people out on the partially frozen pond quickly turned into almost a dozen people out there around 11:30 Monday morning. Despite the multiple red warning signs surrounding the area and the melting ice, people posed for pics and walked around. Eventually, someone came by and yelled for people to get off, and slowly they sauntered away. This afternoon, more people ventured out there. This time, 2 NYPD transit officers, who say this isn't even their patrol, came over to tell them to get off, but eventually the officers had to get going.
I seen 2 people walk out on the ice, and I filmed it because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And then I seen another person. They sit for a while and then came back, and I seen another person like walk out while they were out there.
Did anyone come by and tell them to get off the ice?
No.
Footprints can be seen all over the top of the pond, and photos show this has been happening for days now. On Saturday morning, people gathered on the pond and were also kicked off.
Now we're seeing an uptick on people walking onto the ice. We saw that this morning, which is why we called this press conference.
After alerting them to our video this morning of the 11 people out there, in addition to other calls, the NYC Parks Department says they've now instructed their Parks Enforcement Patrol to come by more often. I saw 2 NYPD officers earlier, and I asked them, I said, oh, were you asked to come here? They said, we're transit officers. This isn't even our beat, but we kept getting calls, so we came over to help out, but they were leaving, and then I didn't see anyone here for a while. So when can we expect to see more patrols?
Well, they're here with us right now, and now we're making sure that we have regular presence while we see the ice here, both in Central Park and throughout our park system.
In previous years, we've reported on people falling through the ice and the multiple water rescues that happen here. Last year, a boy in Queens fell through the ice there and died. Just last month, we got a look at how the NYPD trains for ice rescues while they were out in Prospect Park, Brooklyn. It seems like common sense to stay off the semi-frozen pond, but the warning signs don't exactly say no either. The signs don't actually say stay off the ice. They say danger, thin ice. Should we change the signs? Should you change them to explicitly say stay off the ice?
That is a very good point. That's something we'll certainly consider. So that's something we'll actually go back right away.
Now, the Parks Department says if you're out on the ice and someone comes by and tells you to get off, if you don't comply, you could be issued a summons with a fine of about $50. Around the pond here, they do have these red ladders. They're used to help rescue people, but they say if you see someone fall in, first call 911. Don't attempt to rescue by yourself, but most importantly, stay off the ice. Live tonight in Central Park, Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.